Hey guys, happy Wednesday. So for today's flow, we're just gonna work on some flexibility, mobility, going through things like, warrior 1, 2, 3, triangle, stuff like that. A lot of stuff focusing on our hamstrings today. So find your easy seat. Spine is nice and tall, long. Place the hands where you're comfortable, close the eyes. Paying attention to what the breath is doing. And then I want you to focus on what your mind is doing. No need to force it to be present, but where is it? Is it reflecting on your day? Or maybe paying attention to what you have to do after this? Just remember that what already happened, what's going to happen, doesn't exist in the present moment. Include some of the deep yogic breaths, filling up the belly first, bringing it all the way up to the diaphragm, and a big exhale out of the mouth. In through the nose, and let it out. Coming into our 3 opening breaths, hands to side body, inhale. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale. And exhale. Last time, inhale. And exhale, hands to heart. Bow the head forward. Gratitude for yourself. Gratitude for this practice. And gratitude to be here with you. So we're actually going to start on our backs today. So come onto the long side of your mat, roll yourself down carefully with control. One leg is going to be bent, and we're actually going to clasp the hands or interlace the fingers somewhere behind the calf, the knee, or the hamstring. But what I want you to focus on most right now is making sure that you have a straight leg. So if you're trying to grab up here and your knee is extremely bent, try to find that happy place where you can be straight and then hold on to it. This is very early in the practice, so don't expect your body to be at full range of motion just yet. Find that happy spot. Holding here for a couple of breaths. And then I want you to point the toe and then bring the toes closer towards your shin. Point the toe away, bring it down. When you pull your toes down towards your shin, really make sure that your pinky toes come back as well. That might give you some extra sensation. So do what is right for your body. Okay, and we're going to draw some circles towards the outside. And then we're going to go to the inside. So now you're going to flex the toes, keep them flexed. You're going to bend the knee, push the heel towards the ceiling. Bend the knee, push towards the ceiling. Place that leg down. We're gonna go to the opposite leg. Now they might be different, and that's okay. So find that happy spot where we can keep the leg straight while still finding a good stretch in the back of the leg. Okay, and let's flex the foot, get those pinky toes down, point the toe. Flex, point. Okay, and we're going to draw outward circles. Take your time with this. Notice where the ankle is going and where it wants to go. Switch directions. Good. Now flex the foot, bend at the knee, push the heel away. Bend at the knee, push the heel away. Lower that leg on down. We're going to come up to seated for a forward fold. So legs are going to come straight out in front of you. Have the toes pointing back towards you. Sit bones evenly in the ground, arms come up, inhale. Exhale, forward fold. And it might not be far right now, and that's okay. Find that happy medium. Come on up, inhale, arms come up. Exhale, forward fold. Good, come on up. We're gonna come into reverse plank. Feet are gonna stay exactly where they are. Your hands are gonna be placed underneath the shoulders, fingers pointing towards the legs. As you inhale, the whole posterior chain of your body is going to contract, so squeeze the butt. Looking straight ahead, you can tilt the head back if you want. And lower on down. Again, pressing down, lift. Making sure you have pressure on the second fingers and your thumbs. Good, and come on down. Bringing the legs together, well, the feet together for round angle. Inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Good, come on up. We're gonna come into plank. So feet go back, hands are directly underneath the shoulders, trying to keep those elbows outward if possible. Finding strength here. Tilting the pelvis down, like underneath you a little bit, just so you can get the engagement of your abdominals. You don't want anything like this. Placing your left hand directly underneath the face, you're going to come into a side plank. You're then going to drop the knee down, the left knee, coming directly behind you, perpendicular from your mat. As you come up, windmill yourself down to the other side. Come back up, down, up. One more time. Good. Both hands plants. You're going to come back into your plank before we switch to the other side. Okay, coming with your right hand towards the center of your face, roll onto the outsides of the feet for side plank. Dropping the right knee down perpendicular to the mat. Bring yourself up. Back down. Come on up. Try to lift and lower with control, using the side muscles of the torso. One more time. Awesome job. Hands plants. You're just going to walk yourself into tabletop for some cat and cows. So inhaling as you come into cow. Exhaling as you come into cat. A couple more of these on your own. Meeting back in tabletop, trying to get the spine nice and long and even. We're going to thread the needle next. So what you're going to do is you're going to then lift one arm up, thread it between your leg and your arm as a prep. Bring it up again. This time we're holding. Thread the arm through, shoulder comes down, ear comes down. Your left hand can then press down into the floor to accentuate the stretch in the shoulder area. Couple more breaths here. Coming back up into tabletop, going to the other side. Inhale, lift the arm up, thread it through, inhaling to come up again, and now we're staying. Thread the needle, ear down, shoulder down. Opposite hand can press down to accentuate that stretch. Come on up. You're going to go from tabletop into your first downward dog, tucking the toes, pressing down to lift the hips up into the air. Pedal the legs out if you'd like. In your downward dog, when you're looking at your feet, you should not be able to see your heels. So heels are not caving in towards the center. Kick them out a little bit wider. You're gonna look forward, step forward, couple of suns to warm the body up. Inhale, reach out and up. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, look at your thumbs. Exhale, swan dive down. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, hands plant, feet go back. Lower down with control. Cool breath. Tuck the toes, send it back, downward facing dog. Look forward, step forward. Inhale, out and up. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, look at your thumbs. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, hands plant, feet go back. Lower down. Cobra. Downward dog. Look forward, step forward. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, hands plant, feet go back. Lower down. Cobra. Downward facing dog. Look forward, we're gonna step the right foot forward first, so coming into three-limb dog. Bending the knee, keeping the knee close to the abdominals, step the foot forward. You're gonna drop your back heel down, so if you have to move the foot in closer, you can. Heel drops, foot points at a 45-degree angle, we're coming up into warrior one. So lifting the arms up. Thinking about your hips staying square, so both of my hip points are pointing forward. My knee is directly over my ankle. Pressing through the outside of my back foot. Arms come up, gaze is between the fingers. On your next exhale, you're going to swing the arms back as you lower the chest towards the knee. Inhale, lift up, warrior one. Exhale, lower down. Inhale. Exhale. Coming back up into warrior one, we're going to actually then pivot off our back foot and coming into warrior two. So the back foot is now going to pivot so that it's parallel to the short side of the mat. You might want to walk your leg out a little bit further. The front knee still tracks over the ankle. Back foot is parallel to the short side of your mat. Hip points now face back. Arms are out, shoulder height, gazing over the front middle finger. Deep breathing. Check on your torso. We don't want anything over here or back here. Try to keep the hips and the shoulders nicely stacked. Making sure that front knee does not cave inward, it's directly over the ankle. Coming into reverse warrior, you're going to flip the front palm as you think about your middle finger touching the tip of the ceiling. Warrior two. Reverse warrior. Warrior two. Last time. Warrior two. Okay, we're going to come into side angle next. So what you're going to do is you're going to tilt forward a little bit. Bring your front elbow to rest on top of the quad as the back arm lifts up directly from the shoulder. Don't lose your form. Make sure that knee stays over the ankle. And no collapsing in on the side. So think about your elbow pressing down into the quad and the quad pressing away to give yourself that space in between your torso and the leg. Bring it back to warrior two. Side angle. Come back to warrior two. Now, you can stay here and go into side angle again, or you can go into extended side angle, which now you're going to be reaching forward. The hand can come down onto the floor. It can hold onto the ankle. It can come onto a block. And the top arm goes overhead. Come back up, warrior two. And now we're going to swing the arms forward to frame the front foot, step it back into downward facing dog. You can take downward facing dog, you can take child's pose. Listen to your body, whatever it needs. Okay, we're gonna look forward. You're gonna step the opposite foot forward, coming into warrior one. So step that that back foot in if you need to, pointing out a 45-degree angle. Lifting up. Knee over ankle, hip points point forward. Gaze is in between the hands. On your next exhale, swing the arms down. Inhale, bring them up. Swing them down on the exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Pressing through the outside of the back foot. Coming into warrior two, you're then going to take your back foot and pivot it to the short side of the mat. Maybe lengthen the distance a little bit if you need to. Nice and strong here, gaze is over the middle finger. Coming into reverse warrior, flip the front palm, inhale. Exhale, warrior two. Warrior, or reverse warrior. And back to warrior two. Last time, reverse warrior. Warrior two. Coming into side angle. So remember, we're going to bend that elbow, place it on the quad, reach straight up. Pressing the elbow down into the quad, give yourself some space. Warrior two. If at any time you need a break, straighten the legs. Side angle. Warrior two. Going into extended side angle, or you can stay in side angle. Reaching forward, hand comes down. Either way, arm comes overhead. Don't let that front knee cave in. Warrior two. Cartwheel the arms, send it back into plank. You're going to lower down into chaturanga, cobra, downward facing dog. Looking forward, step both feet forward. We're coming into a forward fold. So feel free to let the hands hang loose. You can hold onto the elbows for a ragdoll. What I want you to focus on though is really getting the weight in your toes, not your heels. When you have the weight in your toes, you should feel more of a pull or stretching sensation on the backs of the legs. Slowly rolling up vertebrae by vertebrae. Head is the last to come up. Coming into warrior three next. So getting in a nice strong mountain pose, hands can be at heart center. You're going to lift one leg up. Keeping that foot flexed, that'll help you in warrior three. As you then carefully tip forward and hinge from the hips, and send the leg back. Pressing back through the heel will help keep you balanced. Always look at something that's not moving. Trying to make sure your hips are as square as they can be. Typically the lifted leg, the hip likes to hike up really high. Swing the leg through, bring it back up. And lower it back down. Nice. Walk the legs out a little bit if you need to. Going to the other side. Lifting the leg up. Once you have your balance, hinge from the hip. Press that heel back. Find your focal point, your drishti. Trying to make sure that your hips stay as square as possible. Breathe, relax your face. Carefully, bring the leg through, back up, and lower down. Kind of shake them out if you need to. Awesome job. Okay, half sun, inhale, arms out and up. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, look at your thumbs. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, out and up. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, look at your thumbs. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, hands plant, feet go back. Lower down. Inhale for cobra. Exhale, downward dog. Look forward, step the left foot forward. Coming into warrior two. We're gonna go into triangle next. So straighten the front leg, thinking about your hips pushing towards the back leg while your whole body reaches forward. So here, the hand can come on the shin, it can come onto a block, it can come to the floor. Do not rest it on the knee. Hand comes up just like in side angle. Come back up to center. Pivot the feet, so we're doing the opposite side. Coming into warrior two. Straighten the leg. Send the hips back as the torso comes forward. Coming back up. Gonna point both feet forward. We're coming into wide angle forward fold next. So the feet might want to come in just a little bit. Hinging from the hips. Coming straight down with a flat back. And when you're ready, place the hands on the floor. Feel free to work with this pose as you wish. And if you have a healthy back, we can try a twist. So this is going to be different for everybody. Do not force the body to do something it doesn't want to do yet. You're going to take your right hand and place it on your left ankle. Now it doesn't have to go on the ankle, it can go on the shin as well. You're then going to sweep your left arm through to grab the opposite leg. Maybe you then can push your head through. And even if you're just here, that's okay. It's a good start to a good spinal twist. Don't force your body to do anything it's not ready for. Okay, you're going to carefully let go of the ankle so you can untwist. And we're going to go to the opposite side. So your left arm is going to grab onto the right ankle. Swing your right arm through. And maybe the head comes through as well. Good. Untwist that carefully. Heel toe the feet in so that way you're into a forward fold. Carefully. You're going to then sit your bum back. We're going to come down onto the floor. Coming into boat pose next. So you're going to try to find where your sacrum is, kind of tuck that underneath you. Lift the legs up. Hands can be forward or they can be up. We're then going to carefully lower as we lower one leg down. Come back up, opposite side. Come back up, and then both. Good. Drop the legs, give yourself a little hug. We're going to try a little back bend. If you aren't ready for a back bend or as extreme as this back bend, you can always definitely go into bridge. So lowering down, or if you want to go into child's pose, you can absolutely do that too. So for bridge, you're going to keep the feet close towards the butt, pressing down to lift your butt up into the air. You can hold that there. But if you think you're ready or would like to try a different back bend, follow me. You're going to come onto the tummy, and we're going to try bow pose. So we're just going to prep the body a little bit here. So hands underneath your shoulders, pressing back into a cobra. And then lower on down. Again. And lower on down. For bow pose, what you're going to do is you're going to bend both of your legs back. Keeping the toes pointed, you are ideally trying to grab onto your ankles. If you need to grab onto the outsides of the feet because of flexibility, that's okay too. Just be mindful. Once you got your hands secured onto your ankles, take your time thinking about pressing your ankles to the opposite side of the wall as you lift into what is almost like a cobra in the upper body. Deep breathing, listen to your body. If it's telling you to let go a little. Lower on down. Awesome job. Okay, now pressing back into child's pose. If you did bridge, you can definitely just bring your knees into your chest and hug them and rock from side to side. Okay, coming up, we're all going to meet onto our backs. One leg is straight out. We're going to bring the one leg up this time. Try to keeping that nice straight leg, holding on to somewhere besides the knee. Bringing it back. You're then going to place your opposite hand onto the outside of the leg. Bring your same side arm down to a T to keep you stable as you lower and twist the body. Now, this doesn't have to be extreme. Listen to the body, but it should feel good. Come back center. Opposite side, so same arm, same leg. Drop the opposite arm down and bring it wide. Come back center, bend the knee. Reposition for the other side, bringing that leg straight up. Opposite arm on the outside part of the leg. Drop the other arm down, cross over the body, trying to keep your shoulders on the floor at all times. Bring it back up. Same sided arm and leg, come to the outside the other way. Other hand comes down to keep you stable. Bring it back in. Coming into happy baby, both legs are going to come up. You're going to grab onto the outsides of the feet. Now, ideally, I know people try to get their knees into the armpits, but I care more so that your tailbone, your sacrum, is close to the floor as possible. Now, that might not look very aesthetically pleasing, but that's okay. And then try to lengthen the legs. Carefully release one leg and then the other. Coming into our final resting pose, Shavasana. Legs are relaxed, palms are facing up. Deep breathing. You did it. I hope you take this time to just meditate in where you are. Let those thoughts pass by just like clouds. Remember, time is working for you, not against you. You'll get it done. Thank you for being here with me. Stay here as long as you wish.